Hey guys, this is Jay Brewer. So the last two articles on the webpage, we've worked on the shoulder function. I've kind of showed what's happening on both shoulders, just to kind of bring us back up to speed. You know, some of the things we see a lot are with the rear shoulder kind of throwing the hands, getting over here, or maybe leading with the elbow. You know, both problems are really getting ahead of this back shoulder. And so at this contact point, we don't have a lot of shoulder rotation. The same thing on the front side. When we do this, we kind of turn off the front shoulder. We don't get a lot of good tight front shoulder rotation. And we kind of get way out here with our swing and get our hands away from our body really early, okay? So in doing this, what I want to work on, show you guys something I like doing with hitters is this drill or a progression or whatever you want to call it. Basically from a wide stance, you know, you can do this off a tee. I like to see guys move it into front toss. And so what we're going to do is we're going to check, check, and finally finish the swing, okay? And so the focus here is on a couple things. On the rear side, we're working on getting this back shoulder, externally rotating this back, and getting it back instead of getting ahead of our swing, you know, pulling it back. And then our front shoulder, we're engaging it, trying to get a good tight shoulder turn. Instead of it being out here, we're going to work on getting this thing nice and tight and staying in here, okay? So the progression is 1, 2, 3, okay? And hit the ball. So do this off front toss, you know, here, 2, and hitting the ball, okay? And I like to have guys really exaggerate this. You know, we saw Donaldson's first move is to really get this thing going forward, kind of pulling the shoulder forward. That's a good movement to feel. You know, feel from this position, you know, you're not really in a good position to hit. You really, when you take this thing forward, you need to bring this shoulder back. You need to pull it back, engage those upper back muscles, okay? So one of the cues I have with guys, and I think it's helped, is trying to rip this handle apart or shear this handle apart. So what's happening is, as the front side's trying to open up, the rear side's working backwards, pulling this back, so there's some tension in the handle. The front side's trying to open, but the rear side's pulling it back. But you can see that what that's going to do is turn my barrel and get it on a good plane, okay? So think about that, trying to rip this handle apart, and it's going to turn that barrel. All right, so that's the progression. It's check, check, swing. You can see when I'm doing this, I'm taking my shoulder up. One of the guys I hit with, when I showed him this, he said, hey, keep that shoulder turned tight. And I think that's a really good description. Instead of just coming out here and trying to be long through the zone and having no shoulder turn, both shoulders hunched over, you know, keep this shoulder engaged and get this thing tight, okay? So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and get this barrel in a good position, both shoulders back, so we can extend through the ball if you need to, okay? Rear side, going into IR, pulling it out of that movement, engaging the rear upper back muscles. Front side, keeping nice and tight, engage, not letting it droop, and pulling this front arm all the way from my shoulders on underneath my chin, and we want to bring that bicep underneath my shoulder. So doing this at the same time is going to try to shear this handle apart, create some good tension in the swing, and the barrel's going to turn, okay? So start with no stride, you know, wide stance, and you can bring this into your stride. Same thing, check, check, swing. So we're trying to get this good movement and incorporate it into our swing. Okay guys, so use your shoulders. It's really important in hitting.